10 reasons why King Charles wants Meghan Markle to attend the coronation. Starting off with number 1, distraction. The king is said to believe that Harry and Meghan's absence at the coronation would be a greater distraction than their presence, so is prepared to make concessions to persuade them to attend. But William is understood to be concerned that his brother will use the event to stage a stunt that would overshadow the event. Sources say Harry could be guaranteed a high-profile seating position in the Abbey or an informal assurance that he will be able to keep his titles as an inducement to attend. However, William fears that unless Harry's visit is tightly scripted, he could steal the limelight by, for example, going on a walkabout in a deprived London borough with Meghan. Number 2, Camilla. Royal expert Katie Nicole explained, behind the scenes, Camilla has done really everything she can to try and bring this family back together and press the importance of trying to move on from this rift. And I think she would be very pleased, as would the king, for Harry and Meghan to be at the coronation. It remains to be seen whether or not they attend, Nicole continued, but of course, it will be down to the Sussexes to make the ultimate decision as to whether they're going to come over for King Charles's coronation on May the 6th. Nicole said that Meghan, Harry, and other senior and extended royal family members are likely to be invited to the coronation, although the guest list has not been revealed yet. She also stressed that Charles did not intend to snub Meghan and Harry by staging his coronation on their son's birthday. Having the coronation on Archie's birthday is definitely not a snub. I think it's very much a happy coincidence, Nicole said. Obviously, a huge amount of planning has to go into an important moment in history, such as a coronation, and the royal calendar is full of anniversaries and birthdays, so I think this is absolutely one of those occasions where it's a coincidence and hopefully a happy coincidence. Number 3, he walked her down the aisle. Meghan Markle opened up about why her father-in-law, Charles, walked her down the aisle during her 2018 wedding to Prince Harry in the second installment of Harry and Meghan. Harry's dad is very charming, and I said to him, I've lost my dad in this, so him as my father-in-law is very important to me, Meghan said. So I asked him to walk me down the aisle and he said yes. Her father, Thomas Markle, was originally supposed to feature in the wedding but backed out of attending after a health scare and a paparazzi scandal. In an earlier episode of the series, Markle discussed how the scandal, when her father posed for paparazzi photos in exchange for a payout, made headlines just days before the wedding, leaving her scrambling to find a replacement for her dad and in the middle of a PR nightmare. Kensington Palace then announced that Charles would step in to walk her down the aisle, which surprised some who thought her mother Doria Ragland might do the honor. Meghan's father later expressed regret for not being there to walk his daughter down the aisle in an interview on Good Morning Britain in 2018. I can't think of a better replacement than Prince Charles, Thomas Markle said at the time. He looked very handsome. I was jealous. I wish it was me. But thank God he was there and I thank him for that. King Charles stepped up and showed he loved his daughter-in-law with this wholesome action, and in return, I believe the bond this built will bring her back to celebrate his big day. Number 4, it's his son and daughter-in-law. Royal fans have reacted to the reports that King Charles wants Prince Harry and Meghan to attend his coronation in May, saying, "The king clearly loves his son." According to a report by New York Post, King Charles has asked the Archbishop of Canterbury to broker a deal between his two warring sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, so the Duke of Sussex can attend his coronation. Reacting to it, one fan commented, "The king clearly loves his son." Sadly, the son seems determined to turn that love into hate, another said. At the end of the day, King Charles is just a dad, and as a father, nothing means anything. Not the jewels, not the titles, the money, the castles, nothing, if the family is not right. At the end of the day, Harry is still the son of the sitting monarch and should be treated as such, said another fan. One more commented, "Yes, Harry is rotten, but he still is King Charles's son. He loves him and wants to maintain a relationship with him and his grandkids. Charles, of course, loves the both of them and everyone knows it, and in that he would want this day to be special, and it would only be so if both of them are there." Number 5, he said he wants them there. The king has asked the Archbishop of Canterbury to broker a deal to allow Harry to attend his coronation, but has met resistance from William, the Mail on Sunday can reveal. Charles wants Justin Welby to strike an agreement with his warring sons that would allow Harry and his wife Meghan to attend the Westminster Abbey ceremony in May, senior sources close to Lambeth Palace say. Speculation has been rife about whether the Sussexes would attend the high-profile event since they stepped away from royal duties, and especially since the publication of Harry's tell-all memoirs, Spare, that contained a string of wounding attacks on senior members of the royal family. It comes amid reports that Charles is mulling over doing his own TV interview ahead of the coronation. Number 6, he continues to express his love. After almost 2.5 years away, Prince Harry and Meghan stepped back into the spotlight to join the royal family at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. It was the first time Meghan saw her in-laws since they left in the winter of 2019, and there was much speculation about tensions behind palace walls during their reunion meetings. Despite the excitement about their visit, the couple wasn't allowed in the majority of the events organized to celebrate the late monarch's 70 years on the throne. While the royals made 2 appearances on the Buckingham Palace balcony during the 4-day celebration, the Sussex family wasn't invited to join on either occasion. In fact, the only official event they were part of was a service of Thanksgiving at Westminster Abbey. However, they made the most of the celebrations behind the scenes, joining the family for a private area viewing of Trooping the Colour and throwing Lilibet a birthday party at their former Frogmore Cottage home. But despite rumors of strained relations for the scene, Charles made a touching gesture via his Instagram page. He decided to include a photo of the couple in his roundup of pictures from the long weekend, to the delight of royal fans. The Clarence House page, which was Charles and Camilla's official social media page before they took over the royal family accounts when they became king and queen, posted, "Thank you, Your Majesty, your 70 years of unwavering and dedicated service." Number 7, Americans believe they should go. Prince Harry and Meghan should be invited to King Charles's coronation in May, according to more than half of Americans, exclusive Newsweek polling shows. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex launched wide-ranging attacks on the institution of monarchy, as well as significant criticisms of specific royal family members. Harry's book Spare accused Queen Consort Camilla of leaking stories to the media about him, Prince William of pushing him to the ground during an argument, and Kate Middleton of making Meghan cry. Data collected by Redfield and Wilton for Newsweek shows 58% believe Meghan and Harry should get the invite, compared to 15% who thought they should not, and 27% either did not know or had no opinion. According to this survey of 1,500 adults carried out between January 28 and 29, British newspapers, including the Daily Telegraph, have been reporting that Charles would like Harry and Meghan to come to the ceremony. The king has enlisted the help of Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, as a negotiator. Number 8, under certain circumstances. One source said the issue of substance is whether they attend the coronation, and if they do, under what terms and conditions. The family is split, and all the indications are that Harry is being advised to agree to nothing at the stage and play it along, right up to the last minute, which is making negotiations with him very difficult. Harry's camp made clear that the idea that he would just attend the coronation and behave himself, but then be stripped of his titles was a total non-starter. While he might decide at some point to discard his titles of his own volition, he objects to the idea of being forcibly stripped of them. He resents being lumped together with Andrew in the public mind as the 2 problem princes, when he considers the circumstances to be totally different. Last night, both Lambeth Palace and Buckingham Palace declined to comment, while a source close to Prince William said they were not aware of any such negotiations over the coronation. Harry's representatives did not respond to a request for comment. Mr. Welby, who will officiate at the ceremony at Westminster Abbey, was first asked to act as an intermediary intermediary between William and Harry shortly after the Queen's death in September. He has previously been dragged into the soap opera surrounding the Sussexes when Meghan claimed in a TV interview that he had secretly married them before their official wedding in 2018, forcing him to clarify that the ceremony broadcast to the world was the legal marriage. He was also forced to pull out of the church's General Synod in July 2019 in order to baptize the couple's son Archie. Number 9, he wants to make public statements beforehand. Charles is said to be mulling over the interview offer, but palace aides are allegedly concerned about the line of questioning. Insiders told the Mirror it is not the done thing to avoid subjects in interviews, so it makes matters tricky. The source explained, adding that the situation is very delicate. The palace knows that any commentary about the Sussexes would make worldwide news and could prompt a response from Harry and Meghan, which the insider said would be unpredictable. Charles could also pre-record content and supply it to the BBC, which allowing the palace to have control over the narrative. Pre-recorded content would not address the Sussexes, the insider added. And number 10, the King forgives. The King, it is claimed, is hoping to foster forgiveness and reconciliation in making this noble gesture. This is, with the greatest of respect, wholly misguided. Every single time an olive branch is extended, or attempt made to bridge the gap for that matter, the Sussexes contemptuously throw it back in the faces of both the King and Prince William. If anything, the attacks become more personal and vicious, so why on earth embolden Camp Sussex any further? And if you need any incontrovertible proof, look no further than the last time this pair was here. William especially went out of his way to engage, then what happens? As soon as they get back stateside, the Sussex artillery fires back up with a barrage of so-called truth bombs. This looks ever so much like a war being waged by Miss Markle, and she seems to be using her husband as a useful idiot in prosecuting it. The two are now apparently demanding a sit-down with senior members of the royal family as a prelude to an apology to them. That is all for today. Thank you for watching.